All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Love honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the Akim and the Akwath out there listening and learning and increasing in the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. I wanted to get into this truth that we've been given. All right, we've been given a blessing of baptism, okay, and that baptism that we've been given is of the refreshing of our mind, of the turning from wickedness to returning to our power, which is Yahweh. All right, in the name of Yahweh Shai. You know, Salak. So I wanted to get into Salak. All right, so I wanted to get into the book of First Peter. First Peter chapter 3 and verse 17, it says, "For it is better, if the will of the Most High be so, that ye suffer for well-doing than for evil-doing." You know, because there's going to be a suffering that's going to come, all right, by being in this truth, in this ministry. It's a lot. You know, by being in this ministry, there's going to be a lot of suffering, you know, but also nationwide and worldwide. There's going to be a suffering that's going to happen, you know, and that suffering is going to be for the martyrs of Yahweh Shai, you know, for the ones that believe in this truth, and really for the whole nation of Israel, you know. But that's why it says it's better that you suffer for well-doing than for evil-doing. Okay, because Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is going to show you, okay, that he's going to take care of his elect. You know, like it says in the Wisdom of Solomon, you know, chapter 3 and verse 9 and 10. It'll explain it. You know, so let me go to it real quick. All right, because the suffering that's coming is like nothing that the world has ever seen before. All right, and it's not a suffering of, you know, burning in eternal fire or, you know, all of that silly stuff that Christianity likes to bring out. So this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3 and verse 9. "They that put their trust in him shall understand the truth, and such as be faithful in love shall abide with him, for grace and mercy is to his saints, and he hath care for his elect." You see? So he doesn't have care really for everybody in the world. All right, this care, this type of care that the Most High is going to display upon the earth. All right, by it's a lot. Too windy, Salah. You know, but that love the Most High is going to display towards the elect. Okay, it's gonna take care of them. You know, versus the rest of Israel that are not going to have that covering, that light. You know, eventually what's going to happen is they're going to be taken over by Esau, Edom. And they're going to be taken over by these demonic spirits that are out here. You know, and they're going to feel the wrath of the Most High, man. You know, or they might just, you know, eat a missile, You know, if the Most High has it set up that way. You see? So that's why it's a fearful thing to fall into the hand of the Most High. It says, Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3 and verse 10, but the ungodly shall be punished according to their own imaginations, which have neglected the righteous and forsaken the Lord. You see? Which have neglected the righteous and forsaken the Lord, man. You know, so those people are going to feel, all right, they're going to feel the full impact and the full power of the Most High, man. You know, so back in 1 Peter chapter 3 and verse, going to verse 18, it says, for Mashiach also hath once suffered for sinners, the just for the unjust, that he might bring us to the Most High, being put to death in the flesh, but quickened by the Spirit, by which also he went and preached unto the spirits in prison, which sometime were disobedient, when once a long suffering of the Most High waited in the days of Noah, okay, while the ark was a preparing, wherein few, that is 8 souls, were saved by water. The like figure whereunto even baptism doth also now save us, not the putting away of the filth of the flesh, but the answer of a good conscience towards the Most High, by the resurrection of Yahawashi HaMashiach. You know, so by Yahawashi's resurrection, okay, that's how we're going to be obtaining salvation, through the confessing of Yahawashi. You know, and how do you confess Yahawashi? Through the wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding, all right, through the Spirit. You know, we know those that aren't of the Most High cannot confess Yahawashi, right? Those that aren't of Yahweh or of Yahweh can't confess Yahawashi. You know, and by a confession, it's not just talking about doing it once and then you're good. You know, that confession is talking about, you know, a constant battle that we have to endure, constant battle we have to go through. You know, that a lot of these demons, you know, they're going to put in some work to try and you know, take you out from the path that you're walking on, you know, from this righteous path that we've been given. You know, so Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to allow it to where whoever needs to come in, the elect that need to come in, will come in, okay? And the rest are going to be blinded, as it's written in Scripture, you know? But it's by this washing and renewing of our minds that the Most High is bringing us back into this elite mind state, all right, or state of mind. This is what was it at? It was Joel. Let me get that real quick. Here, Joel. Right here, I always miss it. Right there. This is Joel chapter 2 and verse 12. Therefore also now, saith Yahweh, turn ye even to me with all your heart, with fasting, with weeping, and with mourning, and rent your heart and not your garments, and turn unto Yahweh your power, for he is gracious and merciful, slow to anger, and of great kindness, and repenteth him of the evil. You see? Why? Because Yahweh Shem Yahushua has extended his hands, all right, to accept, you know, his sons, you know, like it says in the book of Hebrews as well, you know, which real quick, let me actually go there and hold that spot. Go here. Let me hold that one. Let me hold this one right here. Let me go back and read that again. This is Joel 2 and verse 12. Therefore, also now, saith Yahweh, turn ye even to me with all your heart, and with fasting, and with weeping, and with mourning. You know, because the Most High wants a man with a contrite spirit. You know, somebody that is able to admit to fault, admit to not being good enough, admitting to not being, you know, where they're supposed to be at, admitting, you know, to the fault that they have brought, you know, for the wickedness that they have thought. You know, that's who the Most High is looking for, man. Why? Because he's going to break them down and build them back up, you know. build him up the right way, you know. And if that man is able to endure through that, then the Most High is dealing with him as with sons, you know, which the book of Hebrews goes into, like I was going to get into right now, you know. But first, let me get this one. This is Jeremiah chapter 4. Let me get Jeremiah 4 and start up at verse 1. It says, oh, that's 3. Jeremiah 4 and 1, if thou wilt return, O Israel, all right, the whole nation, saith Yahweh, return unto me. And if thou wilt put away thine abominations out of my sight, then shalt thou not remove, and thou shalt swear, Yahweh liveth in truth and judgment and in righteousness, and nations shall bless themselves in him, and in him shall they glory. For thus saith Yahweh to the men of Judah and Jerusalem, all right, which Jerusalem is Yahweh Shalom, all right, which is a city of peace. Okay, so it's talking about Judah and Israel, really the whole nation of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right, the true children of the nation of Israel. So it says, verse 3, it says, for thus saith Yahweh to the men of Judah and Jerusalem, break up your fallow ground, and sow not among thorns. Circumcise yourselves to Yahweh, and take away the foreskins of your heart, ye men of Judah, and inhabitants of Jerusalem. Let my fury come forth like fire, and burn that none can quench it, because of the evil of your doings. You see, so we're supposed to circumcise our mind, all right, which that word circumcise, okay, means to all right, the circumcise is to cut, right? So you're supposed to cut your mind, okay, cut your mind from the fleshful thinking, right, and be more spiritual. You know, that's the same thing that we read in the book of Joel chapter 2 verse 12. You know, rend your heart and not your garments. You know, because back then, whenever you were shamefaced or whenever it was something shameful, you would rend your garment, okay, which means tear, okay. But the Most High is saying, tear your mind, okay. I mean, that means cut away from the flesh, okay, and circumcise your mind. You know, stay into Yahweh Hashem Yahushai in a pure mind state, you know. So it says, Jeremiah 4 and verse 5, declare ye in Judah and publish in Jerusalem, and say, blow ye the trumpet in the land, cry, gather together, and say, assemble yourselves, and let us go into the defense cities. Okay, and what are the defense cities? Into the it says, what does it say in Proverbs? What was it, 18? Let's see, Proverbs. This is Psalms chapter 29 and verse 11. Yahweh will give strength unto his people, and Yahweh will bless his people with peace. You know, so when that time comes, that peace, that blessing is going to come upon the land of or the people of Israel, right? So it says in the book of Proverbs, that when I was trying to get, let me see. This is another one in the book of Proverbs, chapter 12, In verse 26, the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth them. You see? Here's the one that I'm trying to get. This is Proverbs 18 and 10. The name of Yahweh is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe. The rich man's wealth is his strong city, and as a high wall in his own conceit. All right, so a rich man will believe in his riches, and us, all right, the children of Israel, will believe in the riches of this truth that we proclaim. You know, we'll believe in the names of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. You know, and that all came through the refreshing of our minds, okay, by way of wisdom. You know, there's another one in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 7 that goes into wisdom being the reason for this new thing, all right, to come. All right, this new thing that came to us. We know the new name of Yahweh Shai, or of the Lord, all right, which is not Jesus, all right, because that's a made up name. You know, the J didn't really come into play until the 1500s, end of the 1500s and 1600s. You know, that's when that word J came into play. You know, really it's Iezus, okay, the way that the translation would have been, but his name was Joshua. You know, so from Joshua to the Hebrew, it would have been Yahweh Shai. You know, Yahweh means he is, he exists, he is to be, and Yeshai is a savior, okay, or a salvation. So Yahweh Shai is literally a salvation to the nation of Israel, to Zion, to the elect. You know, so it says, Joel chapter 2 and verse 12, therefore also now saith Yahweh, turn ye even to me with all your heart, and with fasting, and with weeping, and with mourning, and rend your heart and not your garments, and turn unto Yahweh your power, for he is gracious and merciful, slow to anger, and of great kindness, and repenteth him of the evil. You see? So, you know, we're never supposed to cast ourselves as, what is that saying in the world? Aim for failure and you will succeed. You know, we're never supposed to cast ourselves as failures, you know, before we get the chance to hear it from the Most High. You know, I've met people, you know, that before they even, you know, try and come into this truth, you know, before they even try to walk a mile, okay, they're already casting themselves into the fire by saying, well, if the Most High already chose his elect, you know, then what am I to do with that? You know, and you know, sometimes they're being honest, but sometimes, you know, those demons will jump on you and say, no, this can't be it. You know, it can't be that easy. Okay? It can't be so simple to where, you know, a nobody found the secrets of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, and now he's showing the world. It can't be that easy. You know, casting doubt into the mind of the people. You know? And that's quite literally how it is, man, because even scriptures say your adversary, the devil, all right, roameth around as a lion, seeing whom he may devour. You know, which means what? It doesn't mean that this lion is a literal, you know, seeing who he can physically kill, which he does. You know, through the left hand side through Esau. Okay, but this is a spiritual thing, man. You know, the Most High also, you know, through the Spirit is having, you know, look at the book of Job, you know, and all this, did Job not sin, you know, and he went through plenty, you know, he went through plenty to the point where, you know, it seemed like maybe Job isn't, you know, part of that number, you know, maybe Job did something bad, you know, but we don't know, okay, what it is that the Most High is going to forgive, man, and that's the beauty of this thing of ours. You know, look at what happened with King David, and he searched after the heart of the Most High once he sinned. And even through his punishment, he still praised Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. You look at how David had a child with the wife of Uzziah, All right, and see what happened to that child. You know, that child was killed off. 7 days that child, was in sickness. Okay, and after those 7 days, the child died, and King David stopped fasting. Okay, he stopped his fasting. He started eating. He took a shower. And as a king, the king of Israel at the time, he wasn't even sleeping indoors, man. He was sleeping outside, as a punishment to himself, for the things that he did, seeking after the heart of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, hoping that he would find forgiveness and the child would be saved. And what happened? The child ended up dying. King David got up and he said, he didn't get his feelings hurt. He didn't get in his feelings like, oh man, why, if I'm a man of the Lord, then the Most High would have casted me out. He would have. David knew who the Most High was, man. And us as brothers and us as people of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai that preach this truth, we should know who the Most High is, man. We should know that if we mess up and if we keep falling down, this isn't a thing for us to give up on, right? It's not a thing for us to say, you know what, I messed up. That's it. That's it for me. Yeah, we have to keep that in the back of our minds. We can't be, foolishly just maneuvering ourselves, in this world. We have to be, slick about it. Be as harmless as a dove and be as wise as a serpent, as harmless as a dove. But if we fail, okay, what does a dove do? When it accidentally shits on someone, what does a dove do, man? It just keeps going. It just keeps going, man. A dove doesn't stop and reconsider and say, God damn, I just shit on somebody and I didn't mean to, but I slipped up and now the bird is gonna get stuck there, get eaten by a different animal, man. And in that similitude, all right, us stopping the walk that we're walking, okay, and turning back and saying, damn, man, I fucked up. But we're going to mess up all the time, as brothers and as humans and as people and being in these chains of darkness, this flesh, we're going to mess up. It's going to happen. But for us to cast off Yahweh Hashem Yahushai because we messed up, that's something that the Most High is not going to, tread on lightly, So us, as brothers, we shouldn't tread lightly on that either, on that statement. We mess up, we keep moving, man, with the guilt. You don't think Apostle Paul had guilt? Come on, man. For those brothers out there that are struggling, man, you don't think Apostle Paul had guilt? Look at the things that Apostle Paul did, man. You don't think that troubled him every single day? He spoke about a thorn on his side, which really it was left like that through the Spirit because we all have our thorn on the side, talking about our struggle, but you don't think Apostle Paul thought upon that? You talking about, some type of sin, because we all sin, but some type of sin versus killing prophets of the Most High, killing prophets of the Most High and then being chosen as a man to lead the prophets of the Most High. You don't think he walked every day thinking about, damn, man, in my past, how the flesh is. Apostle Paul was going through it, man. And yet through all the affliction, and he suffered plenty. Some of us brothers are that are out there suffer plenty. We see it, and we pray for you brothers out there, man. But the way that Apostle Paul, went through all his troubles, that's a respect thing, man. That's the fervent, spirit that we need to be on. We're gonna mess up, man, but we gotta continue, all right, to tread upon this truth, man, and continue to follow after that salvation. That thing that's been promised to us. That's another thing, man. This thing is promised to us. You know, not the type of promises that, you know, parents did or fathers did in their flesh. You know, if you shut up, I promise I'm gonna take you to the park today. You know, and then you stay quiet for a while, and then it's nighttime, and it's like, oh, sorry, it got too late. We won't make it. You know, not those type of promises. This is the promise from the King of the universe, man. A promise from the King of the universe. You know, he's saying, you endure in this truth. You endure in my word. You endure in my labor. Okay? And at the end, I will pay you. I will give you a recompense. I will give you a kingdom. I will give you no more crying. I will give you salvation. I will give you righteousness. You know? I'll give you a whole kingdom. I'll give you the whole world. I'll give you the universe. Okay? But you have to stay steady. You know? That's why the book of Isaiah chapter 33 goes into that as well. You know? For wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. We're in those times, man. Okay? And this wisdom and knowledge is our stability. Why? Because in these hard times, everything is being shaken up. You know? Everything is being shaken up, man. We see it day in, day out. You know, the way that the war is going on. You know, the way that Babylon is being blamed by all these other nations. You know, to be a bully. You know, the way this world is headed. All right, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai set it up like that, man. You know, and as we're progressing and as we're seeing these things, we're able to realize, you know, the importance of this truth, of this ministry, okay, of this baptism, which is by water, you know. And by water, I'm talking about this truth. So since I mentioned the water, let me actually get this one. I don't need that one anymore. All right. But this is the book of Romans, chapter 11 and verse 7. It says, what then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded, you see? So the rest are going to be blinded regardless, man. But if you have been given the ability to open your eyes, okay, the thing for you is not to close them. You know, that thing that's been given to you is not to close them. If you have this truth, and like Elder Apostle Gabar said, you know, you're going to have brothers that are going to hear this truth, you know, but those that are not meant to be there, they're not going to be there. Okay. Some people will hear this truth and they won't even come into the truth. They'll just keep walking from outside and acknowledge, okay, yeah, I hear some of those things, you know, but they won't actually confess it and believe it, you know. They won't actually rejoice in it. And that's the thing, rejoicing in this truth, whether it's bitter, whether it's not, you know. So this is, since I made mention bitter and the book of Romans also in, saying that this is the election have obtained it. All right, this is Revelations chapter 10. And I'm going to start off at verse 10. It says, and I took the little book out of the angel's hand and ate it up. Okay, and it was in my mouth sweet as honey. And as soon as I had eaten it, my belly was bitter. You see, so as soon as this book was digested, okay, as soon as this book was understood, everything started becoming bitter. You know why? Because now you're going through things. Now you can't act like an ignorant, you know, person. Now you have knowledge, you have wisdom, discretion, okay, understanding. Now you have these things and you can't act like the regular people do out here, man. You know? You can't act like these people anymore. Now you have knowledge and you're like, okay, you know, I'm supposed to maneuver myself differently, you know, with this knowledge that I carry. You know, and that's a tough thing for these people, and that's what they don't want. That's why a lot of them don't even come into the truth, okay? Because they hear of the responsibilities that comes with being in the truth, all right? And what do? They cast it aside, you know? It's like saying, you know, you're casting Yahushai, away. You know, casting Yahweh Shai away. And that's what these people are doing. Casting the Lord away. You know, one, through their prophets, when the prophets are telling you, you know, whether it's a younger brother like, you know, like Timothy, you know, Timothy was a younger apostle or a younger brother, okay? But when he taught, older men would look at him like, what are you going to teach me? You're younger than me. You know, and that's not the mindset to come into. You know, the mindset is not woe is me. That woe is me spirit is long gone, man. You know, or it should be long gone. Okay, the spirit that we're in is keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. If you drown yourself in what is that word, man? In negativity, all right, then you're gonna come out negative, man. You see? So it says, Revelations 10:11, and he said unto me, thou must prophesy again before many people and nations and tongues and kings. All right, and that's what's currently happening right now. You know, the prophesying, you know, Jacob's trouble that's right around the corner, man. You know, these aren't the times to be falling out and saying, nah, I don't think the Lord likes me anymore. You know, really, if you look at the way that everything is, the Most High, he would have done away with all of us, man. None of us are in this truth because we're holy men, and we've been holy men, and we were born with a glow. Okay, that's not why the Most High brought us into this truth, man. We were rough-edged stones. You know, rough-edged stones. The Most High brought us in, and what happened? He started polishing us, man. Polishing us with this word, with this truth. Iron sharpeneth iron, right? That's how the Most High started working with us, man. You know? And we're not going to be fully smooth. All right? We're not going to be fully perfect. Okay? You know, like you pick up those stones when you're tossing stones in the water. You pick up a stone and it's perfectly circular and shiny. Or not shiny, but smooth. And you toss it across the water and it just keeps skipping. You know? We're not like that yet. The Most High is still polishing and still cutting away, you know, the stuff that is not needed, you know. But in that stuff that's not needed, okay, as it's being cut away, you can't say, oh man, I'm too rough edged, you know. You can't say I'm too rough edged and then give up on this truth, man. You know, that's not how the operation works. You know, that's not how this is supposed to go. You know, the baptism that we're coming into, all right, by way of wisdom, is to change that way. That's the way that you think upon the world, right? Oh man, it's too hard to start my own business. I'm just not gonna do it. You know, oh man, that girl's too beautiful. I don't think, you know, she looks like she may be stuck up. I don't want to talk to her. You know, but even, you know, and this is the beautiful thing. The word Sophia, all right, the word Sophia means knowledge, all right, it's wisdom, all right. The word Sophia means wisdom. So these words, Sophia, all right, that's that beautiful woman, all right, that the book of Proverbs speaks about, right? That beautiful woman that's above rubies and stones. Also, kind of was the book of Proverbs. I believe it was 33 that gets into it, but you know, that's that Sophia, you know. And when you see a bad woman, you know, what does Jake always try to do, man? They try to get with that woman, you know, chasing after her and trying to make her laugh and you know, trying to make her like you know. And sometimes you're like, man, you know, she wouldn't go for it, but you're still there persisting, trying to get her number, trying to get her to like you, trying to get her to look at you. You know, that's how we should be with this truth, man. You know, hey, King David, you think King David just woke up and said, all right, I'm a man of the Lord and that's that. All right, I'm going to keep the Sabbath days and, you know, I'm just going to mind my business. No, man, every day he was seeking after Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You know, seeking after that wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding. Okay, because King David wasn't just a king, he was also a prophet. You know, it tells you that whenever even King Saul, okay, even he prophesied whenever King David was prophesying, and the spirit was so heavy that even King Saul, all right, prophesied. And that's what's going on right now, man. You have this spirit that is so heavy prophesying, okay, that you're gonna have a lot of people from the house of Saul, all right, not talking about Benjamites, but a lot of people that are not right, okay, that are gonna even prophesy too. You know, so the Apostle Gabar was right whenever he spoke that. But we can't, just stop the ministry because we think, oh, maybe the Most High is mad at me. He's really mad at everyone, man. That's why Yahawashi is here. That's why we have Yahawashi. That's in Matthew 26 and 26. Let's get it real quick. Matthew chapter 26 and verse 26. Yahawashi is really, Yahweh is really, upset with all of us, man. That's why we need Yahawashi. Because through Yahawashi, the Most High is able to look at us. All right? Through Yahawashi, the Most High is able to say, these guys are worthy, to come into this salvation. And that's in the book of, I believe it was Ezra. What was it? I believe it was in the book of Second Ezra. When the Most High, or when Yahawashi is crowning us, and by crowning us, Yahawashi was even exalted, for crowning the elect. There's another one in Wisdom of Solomon, that explains that we needed Yahawashi. That wisdom, knowledge, understanding. It was what was it? Tobit? No. It wasn't Habakkuk. It was in the Apocrypha. No, it wasn't Tobit. I'll find it, Lord willing. But this is Matthew 26 and 26. And as they were eating, Yahawashi took bread and blessed it, and brake it and gave it to his disciples and said, "Take, eat. This is my body." So a lot of us are going to be partakers of being in the body. A lot of us are going to be partakers of going through the things, that we have to go through, the turmoil. But like I read in 2 Peter's or 1 Peter 3 and 17, it is better that you suffer for well-doing than for evil-doing. All right, that's what it's all about. We're not supposed to stop and say, oh man, I think I'm going to get destroyed. I'm just going to stop doing what I'm doing, and still get destroyed. You see, so it says, verse 27, and he took the cup and gave thanks and gave it to them, saying, "Drink ye all of it, for this is the blood of the New Testament." All right, the New Testament, which is shed for many for the remission of sins. Now it says shed for many, not shed for everyone. Okay, so those people that think that they're Christians, if they're not doing what the Lord was doing, all right, how can you be a Christian? How can you be a follower of the Lord? And you have plenty of that. There's plenty of hate, plenty of cancel culture and things of that nature, But the Lord was a so-called black man. And you say that and see how many people are going to get upset about it, right? So that word testament is really talking about covenant, the new covenant, and according to Jeremiah 31 and 31, the new covenant is only given to the children of Israel. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the children of Israel. You see? So it says again, Matthew 26 and verse 27, and he took the cup and gave thanks and gave it to them, saying, "Drink ye all of it." So the thing that Yahawashi went through, we're going to go through too. But those that endure, those that what is that word? Patience, which means confident. Those that are confident in this truth, those that are faithful in this truth, those are the ones that salvation is meant for. So if you're in that doubtful state of mind, you got to cast that aside and start doing what you can to please Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. You know? So it says, but I say unto you, I will not drink henceforth of this fruit of the vine until the day that I drink it with you in my Father's kingdom. You see? So it says, verse 30, and when they had sung a hymn, they went out into the Mount of Olives. Then said Yahweh Shai unto them, all ye shall be offended because of me this night. For it is written, I will smite the shepherd, and the sheep of the flock shall be scattered abroad. You know, so that scattering already happened. You know, and as we were scattered, okay, as we were scattered, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai took us out of those places that we were scattered and brought us into this truth. You know? So this is the book of Tobit. A lot. Tobit 13 and verse 1, one of my favorites. It says, then Tobit wrote a prayer of rejoicing and said, blessed be the Most High that liveth forever, and blessed be his kingdom. All right, so that prayer of rejoicing, all right, whether it was darkness involved, whether it was, you know, death, or whether destruction was involved, it was a prayer of rejoicing. You know, which there is darkness and death and destruction involved in this rejoicing of ours, man. You know, it's not going to be a smooth ride all the way into the kingdom of heaven. You know, the way Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai set it up, we're going to have to struggle, man. You know, we're in the flesh, we're in these chains of darkness. You know, so there's going to be a struggle. It tells you that the spirit and the flesh are constantly in battle. You know, constantly in battle. So what manner of men should we be? Should we be more flesh-like, and then the spirit is not dealing with us? Or should we be more spiritual, man? You know, so it says, Tobit 13 in verse 2, for he doth scourge, or Salaki, let me read that again, verse 1. Tobit 13 and 1, and then Tobit wrote a prayer of rejoicing and said, blessed be Yahweh that liveth forever, and blessed be his kingdom, for he doth scourge and hath mercy, and he leadeth down to hell and bringeth up again. Neither is there any that can avoid his hand. You see? So the Most High destined you, all right, to listen to this truth. You know, there's a job that comes with it, man. You know, and sometimes, you know, like in the flesh, man, whenever you're in the flesh and your father tells you to take out the garbage and you're tired, you know, you're sleepy, what are you going to do? You know, you're going to be like, man, can I just take a nap real quick? Can I just, you know, and then you throw the trash and you come back and your father of the flesh is, you know, telling you, do the dishes now. You know, you're going to be like, damn, bro, you know, can I just do it tomorrow? You know, and that's the spirit that we have to get out of dealing with Yahweh, man. You know, Yahweh being the king of the universe, you know, and you want to be slack. You know, and you want to be slick and you want to say, nah, man, you know I still have mercy and I still got time. That's what ends up killing you, man. That's what takes you out, you know? So being fervent in spirit is not talking about, you know, just oh man, I'm trying to keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of my ability. But you don't want to go out. But you don't want to make an effort for the Most High, even 1 hour, man. You know, even 1 hour. You know? You got 24 hours every single day, right? According to Esau Edom, 24 hours every single day, Monday through Sunday, you know? And one of those hours, you're telling me that you're not able to give to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. You know? One of those hours, you're telling me that you're not able to, you know, present your body a living sacrifice, you know? Even making 15-minute videos, man. 15 minutes a day, man. You know? And that's that shit that pisses me off sometimes with the flesh, you know, where I'm trying to do something and you know, something creeps in and I'm like, oh no, man, you know, I'm just gonna wait. And I'm gonna wait and I'm gonna wait and I'm gonna wait. You know, and I'm guilty of that too. You know? But being in this truth, man, is about that struggle. You know? It's about being in that struggle, in that point in that position of choosing whether you want to serve Yahweh Hashem Yahushai or not. You know? Oh man, I could be, you know, going out with my friends or going out with family or doing this and doing that. And it's true, you could be. All right, but it's better that you suffer for well doing than for evil doing. Right? So this is Tobit 13 and verse 2. For he doth scourge and hath mercy. He leadeth down to hell and bringeth up again. You know, so that hell that it's talking about, it's not talking about, you know, like the heathen think over there in Moab and Ammon. You know, talking about this man under the ground. That was a Greek thing that came up. You know, those were the Grecians, the Edomites. You know, the Asians out there, they believe in the same thing, man. You know, Eurasia, they believe in the same thing. They believe in different deities. You know, they don't believe in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. But when the time comes, they're gonna remember who Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is, man. You know. So he leadeth down to hell, talking about destruction, the death. All right, the graveyard, the pit. You know, that's death. That's hell. Okay? Because the original word for hell, all right, was Sha'al. Okay? Which that word Sha'al is talking about a graveyard. Okay? The abode of the dead, as the Greeks would say Hades. All right? Later on, the use of the word Hades was the abode of the dead. By who? By the Israelites. You know, the Israelites that were in that heathen into speaking these other languages, they used certain words that they weren't, you know, translated, you know, obviously. So they would use those words as a figure to what they were really, you know, in their own definition. Okay. Oh, hell to the Greeks was, you know, the abode of the spirits that went down, you know, to Hades, you know, to this man that rules the underworld. Okay, but to us, Hades is the graveyard where the body goes, because the spirit goes up to the Most High. You know, that was it. And then something simple as that, people freak out about. And, you know, you have Vocab Malone, all right, Vocab Malone, that says that we're unjust and that we're, you know, tyrants. You know, that we believe in tyranny, you know, that we're these bad people. But here we are saying that the Edomites are the wicked. Okay, in the kingdom of heaven, we believe that through the Spirit, their spirits are going to come back as the other nations. You know, their spirits are going to come back as the other nations, being subject unto the children of Israel. But the Edomites are going to be done away with. Okay, and every nation, all right, every group of people, Ammonites, Moabites, all right, that spread out as different nations, are going to be in subjection under Israel, all right, which is going to be the leading government, okay, as a righteous government under the head Yahweh and under the head Yahushai. But he's saying that we're wicked. But what he believes in is that the sinners, which everybody is a sinner, okay, if you're looking at it through a perspective of Christianity, because everybody breaks the law, statutes, and commandments, all right? But according to Christianity, the sinner that isn't found in salvation is going to burn for all eternity. But we're the bad guys, right? That's why Christianity is a joke, man. You know? And that's why people are leaving Christianity. That's why people are mocking Christianity. That's why you have so many liberals, you know, here in Austin that believe in whatever the fuck they want to believe in. You know, they want to worship 6th Street. They'll worship 6th Street, man. They'll go there religiously every single Friday, you know, every single Saturday, you know, and they'll go back to their regular thing Sunday, and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday night, everybody goes to 6th Street, and Saturday night, everybody goes to 6th Street, you know, and they'll do it, man. They'll do it religiously, following after the ways of the world. But when the Most High asks for 1 hour, you know, 1 hour of your time to present your body a living sacrifice, people are like, I don't have time. I don't have time to do a lesson, man. You know, I don't have time. I don't have 15 minutes to do a lesson. And that's the thing that's, you know, that's going to hurt you, man. You know, and the Most High can really hurt you. You know, so that fear has to be present. Not the fear of, oh man, the Most High is going to take away my goods and he's going to cause me to go through turmoil. You know, you have that song with Kendrick Lamar that talks about I believe the name of it is Fear. You know, saying fear that love isn't here anymore. That you know that is the Most High going to do away with all my riches like he did with Job? You know, that's his concern. His concern is his riches. Are my riches going to leave me? You know, instead of, am I meet for salvation? Am I meant to walk that path? You know? So yeah, the Most High leadeth down to hell. Okay? And we've all been through hell. But he bringeth up again. Right? Through what? Through the Spirit. You know? When you hear the Spirit, when the Spirit hits you, when you hear the words of wisdom, what happens, man? You're uplifted. You feel better. When you start doing the work, you know, you have a busy day, and instead of taking that time, you know, that those 30 minutes you get for lunch or 1 hour to just, you know, pig out and lay down or take a nap, and you use that to, you know, to worship Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, afterward you feel fully energized, man. You know, you feel full of energy and you're like, hell yeah, man, you know, I did something good, something that's actually meant to be good. You know, so turning to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai isn't an easy task in the flesh, you know, but nonetheless it's something that the elect have to be doing. You know, Colossians 3:12, for put on therefore as the elect of the Most High, holy and beloved. You know, holy, which that word holy means separate. You know, and to be separate means to be not like everybody else, man. You know, when you're separate from everybody else, you're different. You know, and we're supposed to be different, man, with the state of mind that we've been given, with the laws, statutes, and commandments, with the wisdom, knowledge, understanding. All right, our mind should be in a different mind state. Right? So he leadeth down to hell and bringeth up again. Okay, neither is there any that can avoid his hand. Confess him before the Gentiles, ye children of Israel, for he has scattered us among them. Right? And when you confess Yahweh Shai, okay, with mind, body, and soul, that doesn't mean you go out door to door and say, I believe in the Lord, and this, and that. Are you ready to meet the Lord? No, that's not what that's talking about, man. You know, you don't even have to tell anybody that you believe in the Lord, man. You know, your actions should be like, hey, there's something different about you. What's going on? Why do you do this and why do you do that? You know, and you'll see that a lot in your workplace. You know, if you don't eat pork, you know, you don't tell anybody. You know, you just, oh, I don't eat pork, you know, or whatever the case is. Or, hey, man, we're all going to go clubbing this weekend. No, man, I don't want to go. You know, I'm okay. You know, and you're always, you know, in that mind state of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Eventually, somebody's going to, you know, catch that and say, you know, what's going on with you, bro? You know, you don't like us, or you don't like going out with us, or there's a problem, you know? Or why don't you eat pork? Or why don't you do this? Why? Because there's something peculiar about you. And we're supposed to be a peculiar treasure unto Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. You know? And if we're supposed to be peculiar unto the Most High, we're going to be a spectacle unto the rest of the world, man. And that's why us with the world doesn't mix. You know? And that's why the world doesn't like us, because they can't get what we have. You know, like I read in Romans 11. You know? But the election have obtained it. You know, and with the election obtaining it, they're going to be a spectacle, man. You know? like that parable Yahushua said, you know, house on a hilltop is going to be a noticeable thing. You know, people are going to notice you, that you're different. It says, Tobit 13:4, there declare his greatness and extol him before all the living, for he is our Lord, and he is the God our Father forever. And he will scourge us for our iniquities, and will have mercy again, and will gather us out of all nations, among whom he hath scattered us. If ye turn to him with your whole heart, and with your whole mind, and deal uprightly before him, then will he turn unto you, and will not hide his face from you. Therefore, see what he will do with you, and confess him with your whole mouth, and praise Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, the Lord of might, and extol the everlasting King. You see? That's it, man. That's it right there. You know? It gave you clear indications. You know? So it says, in the land of my captivity do I praise him, and declare his might and majesty to a sinful nation. All right, which is Babylon the Great. O ye sinners, turn and do justice before him. Who can tell if he will accept you and have mercy on you? You know, so that's it right there, man. You know, who can tell? Who knows the mercies of the Most High, man? You know, who are you to say, oh no, the Most High won't have mercy on me? You know, even Apostle Tahar says that he has faith that Nate, all right, Nate is going to receive mercy. You know? How much more brothers, man? How much more brothers that have been doing this, you know, in the right spirit, trying to do the right thing under Yahweh Hashem Yahushua versus prophesying deceits, man. You know? You need to be in the mindset of yes, I can, and yes, I'm going to, you know, instead of that, no, I don't want to. You know, there's another parable of the two sons, right? The one said, yes, I'm going to do it, Father. And then he doesn't do it. And the other one said, no, I'm not going to do it. And he ends up doing it, right? So right now, you know, there's a salvation, all right? There's a mercy that has been bestowed upon Israel, man. Okay? That mercy that has been bestowed upon Israel is not like any other mercy that has been given to anybody ever. Okay? Because this mercy isn't just, okay, you're free to go. I'm not going to destroy you. You know, like he did plenty of times in the book of Judges. The Most High had plenty of times where he could have destroyed the nation of Israel, but saved them, had mercy on them, and then they turned back to doing their wickedness. Right? This mercy is going to be the greatest mercy. It is the greatest mercy that has ever been laid. Because after we've been forgiven, okay, which is when we receive the blessing, that's when we're forgiven. That's when we receive everything. All right, the treasures that we've stored up in heaven. When we receive that blessing, when we receive that forgiveness, okay, there's no way that we can go off ever again. You know, because through that prophecy, okay, the Most High is going to finally give us what we need, man. You know, the ability to not be able to sin. You know, he's not going to give us, and it's not in the sense that he's going to make us robots. All right, he's going to give us those perfect bodies that are going to be able to say, no. You know, we're not even going to be able to be tempted, man. We're not even going to be able to be tempted. That's how powerful our minds and our bodies are going to be. They're going to be so in sync with Yahweh Hashem Yahushai that when it's time to worship Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, our minds won't even be able to make us think, well, maybe I should wait another 10 minutes. Well, maybe I should do it tomorrow instead, you know? So these are the things that we want. We want the righteousness to come. We want the good things to happen, right? But we can't give up that good thing that we have. We can't stop plowing, you know? because of those promises that were given to us. This is Jeremiah chapter 31. All right, in verse 31. Let me get it real quick. 31 and 31, it says, "Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that I will make a new covenant," just like we read in Matthew 26 and 26, you know, down to 27 and 28. All right, that word testament is covenant, is diatheke in the Greek, which means covenant. Okay, so it's still an agreement between the Israelites, man. A new covenant. New to who? Okay, new to who? What's this second covenant? To the heathen? You know? So it says, "I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah," and that's it. This new covenant, all right, this New Testament is for the house of Judah and the house of Israel. See? Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers. Why? Because through the father's seed line, that's who we're called by, right? It says, "In the day that I took them out of the hand, by the hand," so let me read that again. "Not according to the covenant," verse 32, "that I made with their fathers, in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them up out of the land, or out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, although I was a husband unto them, saith Yahweh. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. After those days, saith Yahweh, I will put my law in their inward parts, and write it in their hearts, and I will be their God, and they shall be my people." You see? And that's what we're waiting for, man. We're waiting for Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, all right, to push these prophecies, you know, which the first one that's going to come is the mark of the beast, you know, which is right around the corner. You know, we're not saying we're doctors. We're not saying that we're certified medical staffing or team, you know. But we are saying that we believe, all right, that the mark of the beast is the RFID, all right, and that this thing that they've been poking people with is part of the hour of temptation, you know, and it's just going to get worse. And we know that, you know, so we know that the MOTB is going to be happening. Okay, and once the MOTB happens, there's going to be a persecution. Why? Because we're not going to take it. You know, we're not going to want to do a part of that. You know, we're not going to want any of that. You see? So, you know, the way that Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai has it set up, man, you know, that he's been giving us, or that he has given us this light. Okay, it's not for no reason. You know, it's for the reason of prophecy. You see? So with that, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Shalom.